have a secret to share with you. It may seem completely out the blue. Don't tell anyone you heard it from me, but our town has its own royal family. I promise you it is no joke. A prince resides in Basingstoke. He lives in a quaint and snuggly place, atop the tower of Festival Place. You may think that seems rather fun, but this handsome prince is rather glum. The royal fella is in distress. He's on the hunt for a fair princess, someone he can spoil and fuss, who loves Just Eat and Disney+. He'll find true love, I have no doubt, but let's wait till the end of the tale to find out. Now, way on the other side of town lived Cinderella, who wore a frown, for all day long she'd cook and clean for her horrid sisters, both ever so mean. Sharon's the eldest of the sisters, with smelly feet all covered in blisters. Her face is squashed, her nose so big, she looks a lot like Peppa Pig. But that's enough of snotty Sharon. Let's move on to her sister, Karen. The meaner of the two, I'd say. She nags poor Cinderella all day. Every morning she would scream, "Fetch me a Costa with extra cream," then follow in a voice so grating, "Hurry up, don't keep me waiting." So now you know it's plain to see that Cinder's life was a misery. Things are rough for now, however, soon her life will change forever. One day, while squabbling in the hall, the sisters heard an incoming Zoom call. It came as such a huge surprise to see the prince before their eyes. His charming face lit up the screen, his shiny teeth let out a gleam. "Greetings, ladies, yes, it's me, Prince Patrick of Popley." Then after minutes of flirtation, he offered them an invitation. "This very eve at 8 o'clock, put down your phones, get off TikTok. Let's have a party, dance all night. We'll laugh and sing and grab a bite. Come join me, it'll be such fun, at the Anvil Auditorium. This ball could really change your life, as I intend to choose a wife. There's one more thing I have to ask. Can all those coming wear a mask? It's not some kind of masquerade, just COVID rules, I am afraid." Sharon, Karen and Cinderella could not believe the royal fella. Sharon wanted to rejoice and shouted till it hurt her voice. "The prince is going to choose a bride! I'll make sure I'm by his side all night, so I'm the one he'll choose. With my good looks, I cannot lose." Karen sneered and turned her caring to what dress she will be wearing. "If I'm to attend a royal ball, Cinders must take a trip to the malls. Hurry, girl, before it gets dark. Buy me a gown, half price at Primark." Cinderella, feeling brave, replied, "I'm not your personal slave. I'll kindly fetch a dress for you, but can I get one for me too?" The sisters laughed a laugh so cruel. "You're not going to the ball. You have chores and jobs to do. The prince won't set his eyes on you." Later that night, the sisters departed, leaving Cinders broken-hearted, when suddenly, with such a flare, appeared a fairy from thin air, and in a voice quite meek and small said, "Girl, you shall go to the ball. I'm here to help, I promise this. The prince's ball you shall not miss." Cinderella, full of glee, responded most respectfully, "Is this the part you make a carriage and help me find a happy marriage?" "A carriage? No," the fairy said. "I've something practical instead. Since you're not travelling too far, I'll book an Alpha taxi car. Or else, if it's not too much fuss, you can use the Centre Shuffle bus. Your dress is next to organise, so tell me, Cinders, what's your size? You'll need a frock with a fancy hem, just like the ones at H&M. So with transport and outfit sorted, it was nearly time to be escorted. But the fairy gasped in utter shock at the girl's footwear, a pair of Crocs. "No, no, those shoes will never do. You'll need a pair from Jimmy Choo." She waved her wand and in a beat, new shoes appeared on Cinder's feet. The fairy said whilst in mid-flight, "You must be home before midnight. At 12 my magic spell will fade. You'll return a simple scullery maid. So off you go, enjoy your time, but leave before the clock's 12 chime." The Anvil Ball was in full swing, with dancers dabbing and flossing. The prince was meeting girls galore, but all of them were such a bore. He could hardly have a heart-to-heart while having to stand 2 metres apart. But one thing made him most upset. He hadn't found his true love yet. when in walked Cinders, pretty and sweet. The prince knew this was the girl he should meet. Together they danced, and like two turtle doves, without getting sickly, they both fell in love. Sharon and Karen, you can guess at this stage, were filled with jealousy and rage. But before they had time to interfere, Cinders noticed midnight was near. Without hesitation, she ran for the door, but one shoe fell off and sat still on the floor. The prince picked up the Jimmy Choo. "I must find the owner of this shoe. I'll search the kingdom far and wide, and whoever it fits shall be my bride." I hope no one else on this street has got size 4.7 feet. The sisters were hatching a plan of their own, and together they started to venture back home. But first they decided on the way back to pop to the drive-thru and have a Big Mac. Then, once they were home, they grabbed Cinderella and locked her alone in the damp, dusky cellar. Next morning, while doing a Joe Wicks workout, the sisters could hear Prince Patrick call out, "Good morning, ladies. I'm looking to find the foot that this shoe fits. Would you be so kind as to try on the shoe? I beg you, please. Though, looking at your feet, it might be a squeeze." Sharon struggled with all of her might, but alas, it appeared that the shoe was too tight. Karen tried next, but to no one's surprise, the shoe wouldn't fit on a foot of her size. But they didn't give up on their squashing and squeezing till the prince had enough and declared he was leaving. Then who should arrive but the fairy once more, who magically opened the lock cellar door. Out came Cinders, meek and mild. The fairy said, "Try on the shoe, my child." Of course you know how this bit goes. The shoe fitted perfectly, right down to her toes. Prince Patrick, delighted, got down on one knee. "I have found my true love, I hope you'll agree." So an end had come to the prince's search, and he'll wed Cinderella at St. Michael's Church. Though the honeymoon causes a bit of a threat, with lockdown they're not going anywhere yet. And as for the sisters, they'll cause no more worry. They've both been shipped off to the county of Surrey. So we end with young Cinders escaping from trouble as she forms, with Prince Patrick, her own support bubble.